Hi everybody. Well, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers have 4 games left in the 2015 Canadian Football League regular season, and Mike O'Shea has put it on the table. He said it's playoff time for them, and they need to win all 4 if they're going to have any chance of making the playoffs. And it starts on Saturday night when the Bombers visit the BC Lions. The Bombers with a 4-10 record. And, of course, they're fighting with BC for 3rd in the West, and we can't forget the crossover with Montreal possibly coming over from the East. But the BC Lions 5-9 coming off their big win over Saskatchewan the other night. So the math says it all. The Bombers won't be mathematically eliminated if they lose this game, but they would be on the verge of it. So this is really a must-win for them in Vancouver. They beat the Lions in Winnipeg earlier this season. But they'll be facing a very different BC team this time. Travis Lulay was at quarterback when the game was played in Winnipeg. It will be young Jonathan Jennings, who has been very impressive in the 2 games he's played. The last 2 BC games that the Bombers will be up against on Saturday night at BC Place. And my 3 keys for a Bomber victory in this game begin with Jonathan Jennings, the young quarterback of the Lions, who's shown a tremendous arm. And he's also very mobile, so the Bombers have to throw some looks at him. He's only played a couple of games, so he's still a rookie, and I would think vulnerable to mistakes. The Bombers have to throw some defensive looks at him that will confuse him and possibly force some turnovers. The other major weapon in BC's arsenal on offense is Andrew Harris, the Winnipeg native, who's threatening to lead the league in rushing. He is just a very critical part of BC's offensive attack, so the Bombers will have to contain him on the ground in particular. And then the third key for me is the Winnipeg offense needing to play a clean game. That's a term Mike O'Shea likes to use, and they've been very good the last couple of games in terms of limiting the turnovers. But as I've said many times, there's very little room for error with this Bomber team. They can't. Matt Nichols has to have a solid game, and they cannot turn the ball over in BC on Saturday night if they hope to win. The game kicks off at 9 our time, and we'll be on the air on 680 CJOB with the pregame show at 8.